Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to an episode of Formula 1 2024 My Team Career. This time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Before we get right ahead down below, like and subscribe, still help out a lot, and let's get right into it. So here I am out for my flying lap around the Interlagos circuit here for the Brazilian Grand Prix. You know, a fan favourite, a really classic track, and a really fun track as well. Hopefully this year it's going to be less of a DRS train, and hopefully more overtakes are going to be able to happen. Because, you know, sometimes you can overtake, but, you know, this definitely does kind of turn into a DRS train sometimes in real life, and in games sometimes too. But I guess we'll see how it turns out this year in the real life season. Hopefully we are going to see an absolutely brilliant battle, loads of battles. That would be, you know, the best. But I guess we'll see. You know, that's still like months away, like half a year away or something like that. So for now, let's focus on my flying lap over here. We are 11th currently, and I'm up about 2/10. And I guess we're going to see if we can jump up anymore. Of course, this is the last round of season 3 of my team career. After this, season 4 is going to be out on Sunday if everything goes according to plan, as we cross the line, go up to P9, all good, with Max Verstappen on pole, Lewis Hamilton in second place, and Charles Leclerc in third place. Let's see if we can finish in P5 in the driver standings and P4 in the constructor standings.
Welcome along then to the place where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the final corner. And it's the place, a year later, that Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's Interlagos, and it's time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo, and Perez, Giovinazzi, Delatraz, Red, and Guan Yu Zhou, Ocon, Aitken, Pierre Gasly, and Tsunoda, Russell, Stroll, Nobuharu Matsushita, and Sebastian Vettel, Lundgaard, Latifi, Mick Schumacher, and Nikita Mazepin. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So here we are lined up in P9 for the last race of the season, and you know, just showing once again if we can score some more points. You know, this has been a really good season for us. I'm pretty sure we've scored in every single race. I'm not 100% sure, but I have a feeling that we have scored many points, and I'm pretty sure in every single race. Maybe not to like 1 or something, but it has been an absolutely brilliant season for us. Of course, a podium, I'm pretty sure, maybe even 2, not too sure, but currently in P9, so we haven't lost a place, but we haven't gained a place. And you know, I really like gaining places down the inside into turn 1, as that's it's a lot easier to defend in a slower car than it is to attack a faster car. As we move on towards lap 3, of course, DRS activated, and for, later on lap 3, on the back straight, the main straight over here, we get DRS, and we are closing in on the Mercedes of Louis Delatraz. We are going to go down the inside, kind of push him out, actually go a little bit too deep on the brakes over there, but we do manage to get past. And are we going to be able to maintain P8 ahead of our old teammate from, pretty sure, season 2, maybe even season 1? We take the inside line, and we do manage to make, we'll get up to P8 and stay there. Now as we can see lap 8 over here, it's actually starting to rain. It wasn't meant to rain, but it is starting to rain, but kind of spoil it, I guess, it's not going to be enough to switch to the wet weather tyres. We are going to be slicks all the way across, and to be honest, this kind of ruined the race a little bit, because it meant that I just couldn't catch up to Giovinazzi and Perez because DRS was still activated, so I just couldn't catch up to anyone, and that's why basically this video is quite short and there isn't much of the race to show. But lap 11 we move up to P4 as people start pitting, and on lap 11 it is our turn to pit in for the medium tyres as we go in near perfect pit lane entry over there. I could have maybe gone on the brakes a little bit later, but still I definitely have gotten a lot better at the pit lane entries and exits over the season, as we get a really good pit stop, 1.8 seconds. I'm pretty sure we've got that, I'm pretty sure it was the last race, or maybe the race before that, but a really good pit stop. It actually means that we kind of open up a gap on Louis Dentras behind us, who was really close behind us, but now there is a little bit of a gap in between us, which is going to help us try and maintain that P8 after the rest of the people pit in. As on lap 12 going on to 13 we overtake Vettel and Esteban Ocon in the Aston Martin, the Alpine respectively, as we move forwards on to lap 14 as Guan Yu Zhou in the Ferrari is pitting in, actually onto some hard tyres. I'm not really sure why the AI do that. It would make more sense if they pitted in from the softs onto the hard tyres a bit earlier, but actually kind of they stay out longer on the soft tyres, which would kind of make sense that if they moved on to mediums, because then they'd have, you know, more tyre life on them, but they switch over to the hards. Not really sure why, but we crossed the line in P8, you know, more points, not really the best result, but still, you know, points are points at the end of the day.
It's been a roller coaster season then, but they can go into the winter with their heads held high after an emphatic victory here today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy and to stay out of trouble.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
So Max wins from Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc. We finish in P8 with our teammate Jack Aitken in P12. We're still not really sure if we're going to keep him for next season. He definitely has scored some points during this season, but I guess we're going to see if we can get anyone better. In the standings, we actually dropped down to P7 as we just didn't score enough points in this last race to keep P5, and a good race by Ferrari means that we only get P5 in the constructor standings, but still an absolutely brilliant season for us, with Red Bull and Max Verstappen taking both championships. But for now, that's going to. If you guys enjoyed, like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.